Hello, this is Tim Knops with the Timothy Institute of Evangelism, and this is the Evangelistic Block Party Trailer Training Part 2. In this session, we'll look at all the stuff that comes out of the trailer. And before you start taking all that stuff out of the trailer, remember, it's more than just a party in a box. It's an opportunity for you to share the love of Jesus with your friends and neighbors. Keep reminding your team of this, and you'll be amazed at what happens. Here's some information about the trailer. It's 6 feet wide, 12 feet long, and about 10 feet tall. It connects to a 2-inch ball and has a 4-prong electrical connection, very similar to a boat trailer. It weighs about 3,000 pounds. It has a swinging side door and a ramp back door. It also has inside lights, one at the back on the driver's side and the other in the front by the swinging door. The light only works when the trailer is hooked up and the vehicle running lights are on. Before you take the trailer out, make sure that the tires are inflated. The sidewalls show you the pressure of the tires need to be. Only walk into the trailer when it's actually hooked to a vehicle. That keeps it from tipping. Most items are bungeed into place. Some are also strapped in. The large items are located by their big dots, and the bins hold the small stuff. And remember, wash the trailer if you see it's getting dirty. Don't wait for someone else to do it. As you take the trailer out and set up those items, remember to follow all the laws that apply to your area, including the city, county, and state regulations. Once you get the trailer into the location, you're going to want to unlock the doors. What you do is you take off the lock using the code that was given to you by the association, lift up the top piece, and then lift up the handle and rotate it out, removing the bar from the door itself, and then the doors will actually open up either by swinging out or by coming down. And remember, when the back door comes down, make sure no one's standing under it, and just be careful with it. Once you have the back door down, you're going to see right in front of you the grill right in the middle of the walkway. So take the grill out down the back ramp. Remember to unbungee it both front and back before doing so. After you have the grill down, you'll want to unstrap the tents that are located each one on the sides. There's 2 of them standing up on end. Unstrap those, take them out as well. And once you have them out, you will see that there's some tables on the bottom left-hand side, and go ahead and start taking the tables out as well, because once you have the tables out, you can put them where they belong, and then you can set the other items on them as you take them out. Once you have the side door open, you will see the small bounce house sitting on the floor. Go ahead and move it out of the door, set it aside, or take it where it is going to be inflated. From there, you will see the large bounce house attached to a dolly. Face the bounce house out toward the door with the dolly inside and begin to roll it outward. Have 2 or 3 people to assist in lowering the bounce house to the ground and then roll it on out to where it belongs. Once you have the grill and the bounce houses out of the trailer, you'll have pretty good access to all the other items within the trailer. The grill is about 1,000 square inches of cooking area when you use the upper and lower sections for grilling. You can also use the upper grill to cook and the lower as a warming area. It's a charcoal grill, so bring briquettes, starter, and matches. Remember to follow your health department and local regulations, which may include bringing the fire extinguisher out of the trailer and having it near the grill while it's in use. Have someone as a grill master and others assisting. You may find guests of the party hanging around and watching and smelling, so take time to get to know them, talk with them, and when you can, direct the conversation toward the good news of Jesus. Sometimes at the grill and serving area, a line forms. Now, don't waste an opportunity where people are standing around with nothing to do. Get in line with them. For the next 5 minutes, you have a captive audience. Couple that with a pocket full of witnessing tracts, and who knows what might happen. Once the party is winding down, burn off the grates with a hot flame and then brush the grates clean. Dump some of the snow cone ice on the charcoal, let it cool, and then wipe up the debris with thick wads of paper towels or newspapers and dispose of properly. The grill is one of the last things to go back into the trailer. Roll the grill into the trailer by going up the ramp door with the handle facing outward, like pushing a wheelbarrow. Go quickly up the ramp and don't stop at the hinge, or you'll have to give it a little oomph to get it started again. The handle should be clear of the door when it comes up, and then bungee the grill in place. The canopies are really easy to put up, but don't use them if the wind is blowing too hard. The last thing we need are canopies bounding down the road toward the county line. To set up the canopy, unzip the bag. Turn the bag where the canopy feet are down on the ground and slide the bag off for the top. With 4 people, everyone grabs a leg and walks slowly away from each other, extending the framework outward. You will see little black glides going up the legs as you go out. And when you have it fully extended, push up the guides and the top will lock into place. Now look down and you'll see little white triangles at the base of the tent. Put your foot on the triangle and lift the tent till you hear a click. You can adjust the height of each leg by pushing in on the little chrome button to raise the tent or to adjust for an uneven ground, and stake it down if necessary. The stakes can be found in one of the bins. To take down the tent, push the silver button on the side of the leg and lower the legs, and then reach under the tent to the black glides and pull the silver ring. Move the legs inward toward the canopy, adjust the tent top to get the wrinkles out, and with the feet still on the ground, slide the bag over the top of the tent, flip it over, and zip it up. Don't put the tents into the trailer until the table and carnival games are where they belong. For some people, the bounce house is the most intimidating, but the truth is it's really not that bad. It takes 3 to 4 people to take it out from the trailer side's door, and just 1 to roll it out on the dolly to its location. Lay down the large tarp on the ground with one of the edges facing the direction you want the door to face. Take off the straps, unroll it, and unfold it. Have someone at each of the corners take a strap and you can rotate the inflatable. The tubes should face the back. Tie off the end of one of the tubes and then wrap the other tube around the nozzle of the large fan and strap it into place. Plug the fan in, flip the switch, and in about 2 minutes the whole unit should be standing up ready for the first bounce. There are large stakes for securing the bounce house to the ground as needed. And remember, always follow your local county and state regulations for amusements of this type. On the front of the large bounce house is a chart that tells how many people, remember, adults can bounce too, and the weight limit for the unit. Always have someone familiar with the unit at the entry point to let the kids in and out. And be sensitive to the size of the kids you let in. Don't mismatch the kids of different sizes. If the bigger one bounces, the little ones will catch a rebound and go flying off into space. Ah! And it's good to have a few extra people helping around the bounce house too. Some to help with crowd control, the others just to mingle. We often find that when little Sally wants to go jump in the bounce house, that little Sally's mom is standing nearby waiting. Just waiting. Now would be a good time to go introduce yourself, break the monotony, and open the doors for continuing conversation. Mom's not going anywhere until little Sally's through bouncing. So what else has she got to do but to make a new friend? To get the bounce house back into the trailer, stop the fan, remove the hose, and untie the other one. Once most of the air is out, pull wrinkles out the best you can, and with soft sole shoes or just in socks, step on the house to get even more of the air out. As you can, pull the corners of the unit out to get out the wrinkles. Keeping tubes at the back for the air to go out, once you have it about as flat as you can get it, grab 2 of the corner straps and fold the sides into the middle. Grab the other set of straps and fold them into the middle as well. And then fold one half over the other, like a burrito. So if you have some extra people hanging around, have them lay down on the bounce house and roll toward the hoses to get even more of the air out. And be sure to take pictures for the church's web page. Then have 2 people start from the end away from the hoses and roll it up tight. Yes, real tight. When you get to the end, roll back about 3 feet and fold the hoses into the roll. Lay 2 of the blue straps on the ground in front of the bounce house and then roll it onto the straps. Lace the strap ends through the silver ring and tie an overhand knot with a loop so that the next team can get it untied. Slide the bounce house bag over the unit, flip it over, and then tie the top. If you can't get it into the bag loosely, then you may need to re-roll the bounce house again, because if it's not going into the bag, it's not going through the door. Strap the bounce house to the dolly and then take it through the side door. With someone in the door pulling the dolly in, have 3 people lift from the outside pushing it up, and it should just glide right on in. Small bounce house goes up the same way, but when you take it down, it goes into its own little bag. Take it to the trailer and place it near the large dot on the floor. One thing to remember though, the bounce houses should be the last thing you put in through the side door. Otherwise, you won't be able to get inside the trailer because it'll be blocking the entry. The snow cone machine is easy to use. Plug it in, turn on the power switch, put ice in the chute, push down on the handle with one hand, push the run button with the other, and look, snow coming down into the box. Scoop it up with a scooper, place it into cones or cups. Add a bit of colorful syrup, and you're done. Be careful with the machine because of the spinning blades inside the chute. Clean the unit with mild soap and water or food-grade cleanser, and dry with paper towels when you clean it up. Remember to bring ice, cones, and flavoring. The popcorn machine has 3 buttons, one for the heating element, one for the stirring rod, and one for the light bulb that heats and illuminates the popcorn. Turn on the heating switch and let the kettle warm. After a few minutes, turn on the stirring rod and pour in the oil and popcorn. Once the corn starts popping and the pops get about 2 seconds apart, use the handle, dump the kernels into the tray, add more oil and popcorn, and do it again. Once you have enough corn for a while, turn off the heating and stirring rods. One of the preferred ways to have corn available is the handy corn and oil packs. All you do is tear off the top and dump it in. There is butter flavoring and salt in the mix, so it makes it convenient. Use the 8-ounce size for the trailer's machine. Clean the machine with light soap and water or food grade cleanser, wipe dry, and place it back where it belongs on the left-hand shelf by the big dot that says popcorn. Bungee it in, and when the snow cone machine is loaded, be sure to secure the shelf with the straps. If anyone on your team has ever worked with a sound system before, then this one will be a breeze. And even if you've never really worked with one, it's still going to be easy. A table and separate the components. Put up the speaker stands by loosening the lower screws and expanding the feet outward. Tighten the screw. Take one of the speakers and you will see a nice hole on the bottom. Place the hole on the speakers into the speaker stand. Now take one of the speaker cables, it's the one with a 2-inch long by 1/4-inch wide silver tip, and plug it into the speaker. Take the other end and place it into the speaker hole in the mixing board amplifier. That's the box with all the knobs and stuff. Take a microphone and match the cable end for end and plug it into an amplifier as well. Set up a microphone stand to hold the mic. Now take the boom box and using the small cable with the tiny silver ends, plug the boom box into the auxiliary hole on the amplifiers. Instead of the boom box, you can also plug in your own MP3 or smartphone for music. Now take the power cords and plug them into one of the long extension cords that you found in the electrical bin from the trailer. Flip on the power button and let's adjust the sound levels. In the front of the mixing board are columns of knobs. Most of the knobs will be turned to the middle number. But if you will notice, when you plug the mics and other inputs in, the columns go up and down, and that's the column that adjusts the particular microphone or device. But there is another column that says main. It's the one that adjusts the overall sound level. Now speak into the microphone or play a little music and adjust the sound to your liking. But please remember, not so loud that people can't talk to one another without shouting. Consider this background music. One thing may be helpful is to turn the speakers away from the central part of the party and face the music outward. This produces a nice ambient music and keeps it loud enough that people know that there's a party going on. And please be sensitive to any music ordinance in your vicinity. We really don't want to have our music man having to start a jail ministry. When it comes to the games, truth is, play the games however you want. Small kids, play till they win. Adults, play till you get tired of looking at them. A couple of things to consider though. If all the games are by the bounce house and face painting tent, then all the games become children's games. But if you place the beanbag toss and the baseball games by the smoker away from the bounce houses, then those games can become adult friendly, and you may have some more of the adults hang around to play in the tournaments or putter around and just play a little bit. Either way is fine, just be aware of who your audience is and plan accordingly. And be sure to talk to your guests as they come to play. Don't just hand them a ball, frisbee, or a rope ring. A bit of banter is a good thing, especially if you can direct the conversation toward Jesus. But here's a few guidelines. For the baseball game, here's the short version. Stand back about 8 feet, toss the ball through the hole, you win a prize. The long version. 2 people play each other with 3 misses in a row, and your inning is over, and play all 9 innings. Miss twice, and then get a ball through a hole, and you get 3 balls again. Remember, it's 3 misses in a row, and your inning is over. Each hole is marked with a single, double, triple, or home run. Play like baseball and keep track of where you have a man on base. If you really want to get the adults interested, place the game by the smoker and start a tournament. Winners get a nice prize. And for extra points, play teams. The more people you get engaged in the games, the more they hang around the party, and the more you can get to know them. The beanbag toss, also known as cornhole, you can play singles or partners. Place the boards opposite each other with the holes about 33 feet apart, closer for the kids, or if you really don't want to throw that far. Take turns tossing the bags from one board to the other and don't go beyond the front of the board. 3 points for going through the hole, 1 point for each of the bags on the board at the end of the inning, and you play to 21. It's very similar to horseshoes. For the frisbee toss, have somebody stand 10 feet back, toss a frisbee in the hole. Kids get a prize if they get any of the frisbees in any of the holes. For obnoxious teenagers and midlife crisis adults, well, have them toss a frisbee from 30 feet out and get each frisbee through their matching color hole. while standing backwards and looking over their shoulders. You can make it as easy or as difficult as you like. The lollipop tree is the board with the multicolored dots on the face. Put dum-dums or lollipops in each of the little holes and give each participant 3 rope rings. And from a few feet back, have them give a ring a toss. And whatever lollipop they lassoed, it's theirs. But watch out for preteens who keeps coming back trying to collect a whole bouquet of lollipops. I used to get 1 or 2 lollipops that were too big for the rings to go around, and it confused the kids. It made me laugh. My wife found out, and she won't let me do that anymore. The table games include the card game Uno and a set of dominoes. Have someone at a table trying to get people to come and play. Take your time and get to know your neighbors. The generator is handy to have around, but the truth is, many of our block parties use electricity that is available at the park pavilion or nearby homes or businesses. There is about 400 feet of various electrical cords in the bin, along with 3 ways to branch off of. Use the large cords for feeders, and then use the smaller ones to branch out to the various equipment. And if you do use the generator, remember to bring about 5 gallons of gas, but only put a small amount into the generator at a time. The generator's gas tank should be almost empty before you load it back into the trailer. We really don't want to make the evening news as the church with the flaming trailer headed down Main Street. Roll the generator up the back ramp and up to the front place where it belongs, over a big dot, and it'll ride just fine. I think we've covered all the main items in the trailer, but the trailer also includes 6 tables, 12 chairs, 2 ice chests, 2 drink coolers, first aid kit, and a fire extinguisher. It also has a spare tire on the front with a jack and tire tool located in the miscellaneous bin. When it's time to go, put everything back where it belongs, big stuff on a dot, small stuff in a bin. Do it so the next church can find it. Remember to fasten all the bungees, tighten all the straps across the side shelves, put the grill in, and the bounce house goes in last. Close the doors, lock the locks, wipe your brow, and go home. And don't forget to follow up faithfully. And as you leave for the day, pray for everyone who attended the party, for all the guests that attended, and for the Christians who came, worked, and shared. And pray that God's will was done and that we took every opportunity to share God's love with those we met. I hope this short video has been helpful to you in not only getting to know a bit about the trailer and its contents, but also as an incentive to use the trailer to spread the love of God throughout your community. And now that you are fully informed, let's go out and have a party, and let's tell people about Jesus.